Happy Mario Day! For this year's special, I'm going to go back to the basics and do a top 10 Mario games video. I like to do an update every few years. I think you get the general concept, so let's just get right into the rules. There's only one rule. Basically any game with Mario in it applies, just no Smash Bros. So now let's actually get started. The original Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube has yet to be beat by any of its successors. The atmosphere is just perfect. It's creepy, but not too creepy. And the short length, while a problem to some, leads to the game being almost infinitely replayable for me. I always go back to it on Halloween. Name a better way to spend Halloween night than a 100% playthrough of Luigi's Mansion. And I'm specifically talking about the GameCube version, not the 3DS version. It's fine, but just not as good in my opinion. Super Mario World is Super Mario World. What else is there to say about it? It's considered one of the greatest games of all time for a reason. I mean, if you haven't played it yet, what are you waiting for? It's literally on Nintendo Switch Online. It's just a really good 2D platformer. Super Mario 3D World is my favorite Wii U game, and the port to the Nintendo Switch is even better. Its main focus is one thing and one thing only, and that thing is being fun, and it does it excellently. The handful of improvements the port makes to the game makes an already great game even better, like the faster running, loading being done in the background, and the fully colored stamps. And that's not even mentioning the Bowser's Fury side mode, which is basically its own separate game, and is probably what our next 3D Mario game is going to be like. And as much as I enjoy Bowser's Fury, I do still prefer the main 3D World game though. It just has more content and feels more fleshed out. Super Mario World was my favorite 2D Mario game until this one came out. I just like how unique Super Mario Bros. Wonder is. Each level is completely different from the last due to the Wonder Effect gimmick. Unless it's like those 4 levels in a row that use the same enemy transformation, but other than that, good stuff. And the addition of badges really changes up the gameplay in a lot of interesting ways, like running fast and running faster. Even though we're finally getting a new Mario Kart game soon, I don't think it'll ever be able to top Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I think it has the best character roster, the best courses, the best music, the best visuals, basically everything is the best. The only downside is the battle mode, which is something I never really played anyway, so it doesn't affect me. Now, is my placement of Super Paper Mario purely on nostalgia blindness? Probably, but who cares, it's my video. It almost certainly has the best story out of any Mario game, which is why I'm not going to talk about it to avoid spoilers. I'm such a good person for not spoiling the almost 20-year-old game, and if the gameplay doesn't look interesting to you, which is fine because it's very divisive, I would recommend watching a Let's Play on YouTube or something. And if the gameplay does look interesting to you, just buy it. The game and Wii's are fairly cheap nowadays. I mean, it's endless Mario levels, what else is there to say? Sure, a lot of them stink, but there's more than enough good ones to make up for it in my opinion. Plus, if there's not a single level uploaded that you like, you can just make your own. There's so many improvements from the Wii U original, like new themes, items, and the disappointing 3D World game style. Here's hoping Mario Maker 3, if we ever get that, is even better, and bring back amiibo costumes. The best-selling Mario and Luigi game, heck Mario RPG in general, is Bowser's Inside Story, and for a good reason. It's just a great game all around with good gameplay mechanics, a fun story, and nice visuals. I can't recommend it enough. The only problem that I really have with it is that you kind of need to play the previous 2 games to fully enjoy it. I mean, you don't have to, but I definitely think it's better if you do. Take basically everything I said about Bowser's Inside Story and just bump it up a little bit. Except for the story, I think it's a little bit worse here. These 2 are so close that honestly, my favorite switches from day to day. I'm giving it to Dream Team though right now, just due to nostalgia blindness because it was my first Mario and Luigi game. Here's some quick honorable mentions that just didn't make it into the top 10. Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario RPG for the Nintendo Switch, Mario Golf World Tour, literally every other Mario and Luigi game, and Paper Mario the Origami King because I'm weird. And number 1 is, I'm not going to add any suspense, it's Super Mario Odyssey. If you've been on my channel for more than 2 seconds, you would probably know that. The controls are nearly perfect, and the music and worlds are all good, and the capture mechanic is so cool. It's just a lot of fun to capture a Goomba and then uncapture him right over a pit of lava. Does the game have its problems? I mean, yeah, sure, no game is perfect, is what I would say if I was lying. Let me know your top 10 in the comments. I'm really curious to know how wrong my audience is.